Make of what we've seen so far from Rangnick at Manchester United?
The unfortunate thing about being a manager in England now is that you have to win over the press. Quite often you see managers having to, they're judged by what they say in the press. They're judged by how they react after games. And Rangnick hasn't done that particularly well. So people are on his back and don't trust him already. I think it's a very difficult job for him. I don't think he's done it particularly well. I can't see what they're trying to do on the field. We talk about him being a good coach and he understands the game. Has he got the tactics right in many of the games? No, he probably hasn't. Has he got his the chat after the games right with the press? Probably hasn't got that right. And that's why some of the players aren't going with him. And that's why some of the press aren't going with him. I think it'd be much better when he does become director of football and he gets somebody in there that he wants that's a very good coach and gets out on the training field and the players respect. When he does that, I think it'd be good for Manchester United.
Let's talk about maybe who that might be, because the odds makers obviously have their list. Erik ten Hag on the list, Mauricio Pochettino, probably the two that are atop the list. Shaka, as far as Pochettino goes, how much has his stock, has his reputation taken a hit, a dive based on what's happened at PSG?
Oh, goodness. It's been an incredible turnaround in the last 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago, after PSG beat Real Madrid in Paris, the talk was about Pochettino taking over for Ancelotti. Now, all of a sudden, given that exit, there are more questions than answers around Mauricio Pochettino. Spurs fans who were concerned that they would miss out on him a couple of weeks ago, all of a sudden are now thinking, well, he's not really the right man for us anyway. It's been a huge body blow that last half hour at the Bernabeu.
If we're still focusing on Pochettino, his problem at PSG was he couldn't control an ego-filled dressing room. Isn't that what he's going to find at Manchester United?
Even worse, because it's an ego-filled dressing room without the success to be ego-filled. See, in the case of PSG, you can make the argument that these are players that are consistently winning their league, players who have had individual history of success, players who have had success in other places, whereas when it comes to Manchester United, well, it's been a while since Manchester United has won a league title. And yet there's a sense of, well, we're Manchester United. There's this sense of entitlement that comes from nowhere in particular. There is no substance to the behavior of Manchester United players, who I think are the ones who should shoulder most of the blame. We can focus on Ralf Rangnick all we want, but in the end, some of those players out on the field, they're falling short of the expectations individually and as a group. Focus on the players, and if you're Pochettino, you're looking at that and you're saying, I had an issue in PSG, I'm going to have an issue in Manchester United as well. As far as Pochettino goes, it is very damning when you see your manager, your coach, as your team is melting in front of you on the field, and you did nothing to address it. That damages the brand of Mauricio Pochettino in a way that I don't think we would have seen coming, as Shaka said 3 weeks ago.
Jan, Pochettino, Erik ten Hag, who are you taking for the Manchester United job?
Well, first of all, of the list you had, is that two of them they had a chance to get, didn't they? With Conte and Tuchel, you just have a feeling that if they would have been offered the Manchester United job, they would have preferred to take that on. And I had to go at Twitter now, because and the Manchester United fans, of course, attacked because I said that Pochettino, after he losing now he suddenly is a bad candidate now then. And of course he was. They never wanted Pochettino, of course. That is Twitter world. But Ten Hag, it's also hard it's hard because he's running Ajax, a fantastic football club, but you have to see that it is easier to win trophies in Holland than it is somewhere else. So, but Ten Hag, I like the way he's playing, I like the way he's developing player, I like the way he took Sebastian Haller from West Ham, turned him into a Champions League striker of high class. So, that is hard to do. I think that the Manchester United management, they have preferred Pochettino for a while, that they wanted him because he's that kind of guy that they want there, because they want, if you see when they pick Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that is the kind of profile somehow they want. So I would still say that Pochettino is ahead of the other bunch. Having said that, I think if they could get Tuchel, they would probably carry him from London and up to Manchester.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.